Hello everyone, how's things going? This is episode 2 of my daft little series of Faster Than a Kart. We're basically trying to find out what, if anything, can go faster than a go-kart around Daytona, Milton Keynes. Had a bit of fun last time, but we didn't really have anything quick. This episode, we're starting to get there. We've got a few tasty bits coming up. And we will see the league so far, the League of Love, coming up after this. Piaggio Ape does its thing round the track there. So, nice and quickly, 125 is 104, Bentley Blur 138, Fiat Panda 900 140, and Ford Transit 145. So, first things first, as promised, is the lovely Benz Patent Motorwagen, which, as you can see, is going about as fast as, as slow as a week in jail, I think is probably the apt term for it. So yeah, we'll speed it up because it takes a wee bit to get around the track, and it's time I'm never going to get back. So yeah, a bit of a long one. I don't think I'll be going around the Nordschleife any time soon. But obviously one of the first, or if not the first, motor vehicle. It's it's got a funny story. I vaguely remember the old Ben's made it, and it's his wife that took it out for a spin, and she went for miles and miles across Germany in it, and it doesn't actually have a fuel tank. You have to keep topping up the bloody carburettor, and obviously there were no petrol stations at the time, so she used to stop off at chemists and just get anything flammable to chuck in the top to make it work. So so the first real road trip was done by a lady, and I should really remember her name, but I got a brain like a sieve. But anyway, it's going around the track. We sped it up some, and I didn't roll it. I don't think I used the brake pedals at any point. I don't think I took my foot off the accelerator. I'm about to be proved right or wrong here as we're coming up to the hairpin. Nope, straight round. So it handles pretty flat. There's no suspension or anything, but yeah, as you can imagine, the time isn't going to be overly nippy, but either way, we had to do it. First car. It just shows you how far things have come on. So lazy, I don't even think I got to the end of the track. I gave up. So 5 minutes 5 there. Next, the Piaggio Ape, which is a three-wheeler. I think it's got something daft like a motorbike engine in it, and it goes like a stab rat. But cornering's a bit dicey. You can't trail brake into any of the corners. You do that, your nose tips in and you roll over. So it's you kind of brake on the straight, and hope for the best when you're going around the bends. But it's awesome fun. I really enjoyed driving that. So I think at some point I'm going to do myself a race or a little race series where I could just play against the AI and just take these around the track and see what happens. So yeah, it'll be good fun. But there's a really good series with Guy Martin in the Isle of Man TT motorbike rider, and he takes one of these out for a spin in Italy, and it as you can imagine, chaos ensues. So yeah, it's all good fun though, all good fun, and it sounds amazing. It sounds really good. So zooming up the straight there. I thought I didn't give it much hope for a decent time, but it was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, whoop, nose down. See, it's not going to be our last three-wheeler. I think we've got a few more to come. There's one at the end of this one as well. I think we got the Reliant Robin coming up soon. So, and across the line, and a 120.090. So really quick, really rapid time. Next up is the Porsche 911 RSR. It's the first car I thought that might get close. It handles well. It goes like rid of a shovel, and it's very close to the go-kart time. I won't say which way just yet, but handles well. And I then realised that I've actually got a model behind me of it, a Lego model that I'd done exactly the same. So it's a pretty funky car. And a big old blooming wing on the back. I'm not sure it's getting up to enough speed around this go-kart track with downforce. But again, I've not messed around with any setups of the cars, so they're all come as standard. They're coming around and giving it the beans down the straight. In nice sunny Milton Keynes. Coming up to the big bend. Around we go. So any guesses? Quicker than a go-kart? I mean, if this isn't quicker than a go-kart, my driving doesn't help, does it? But if this isn't quicker than a go-kart, we're really going to have to pull out some stops to see what it is, aren't we? So coming across the line, 108, so 4 seconds, nearly 5 seconds off the go-kart still, I think. 108.4, yeah, my maths. About 4 seconds. So we got this beast here, the old Can-Am Chapparal, with the big old wing on top. As you can see, looks like a shopping trolley. A few Vauxhall Corsas will be envious of a wing like that, wouldn't they? But handled well. Really, really nice to drive. Again, another car that I've never driven on Assetto Corsa that I've just really enjoyed. It sounds amazing. The runoff, when you kind of let your foot off the pedal, and the crackle and all the noises and everything else is pretty awesome. And it stuck to the road. It done what it was meant to do. And it was quick again. And I mean, going around that bend there as well, that's pretty good, pretty good. Should have used the track a bit more there, but again, it's going to be extremely close to the go-kart, even closer to the Porsche. So around second to last bend, again, cars are struggling around there. That wasn't too bad, it wasn't too bad. Just can't get enough lock to get around that bend very well. And then here we come across the line. Wow. 108.551, so slightly quicker than the Porsche RSR earlier, but not as quick as the go-kart. Here comes the beast. That was, looks like I'm sitting on the floor. I've forgotten to put the chair in. Yeah, this was difficult. It took me a few. What the fuck am I doing on the floor? I'm like sitting in the. I'm not even sure I'm sitting in the ground. I think maybe to keep the low center of gravity so it stops rolling over. Yeah, this took a few goes. Every time I come into a corner to begin with, I trail braked, which you shouldn't do, and it just rolled. And it just rolled. It just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. So got to brake in a straight line and slowly, slowly round the corner. So yeah, it's not the fastest thing. Not that I expected it to be the fastest thing, but we do have another Reliant Robin coming up. It's the Top Gear one with the stabilizers on the side and the big old engine. So I'd be curious to see if it's any quicker than the standard one. Well, bloody hope so, wouldn't you? Because there's not going to be things, not going to be many things slower. But you can see the lean on it, insane. And slowly round the corner. I mean, he's doing well, isn't he? He can't see a thing. He can just sense it. He's using like his Jedi mind powers to drive the car. You can't even see over the bloody steering wheel. Let's see if I'm hanging out. I think I am hanging out the bottom. I think you can see my arse hanging out the bottom of the car there. But it's going to be a bit of gravel rash on that, I think, once we've finished. Round we go. I mean, that's like Formula One, isn't it? Seating position. Come around second to last bend. Do you reckon it's faster than a Porsche RSR? No. There we are. I rolled the stupid thing as well, just for good measure. There we are. That makes me happy. 156.563. So there we are. There are cars for this episode. This is our League of Love. As you can see, the Chapparal is just ahead of the Porsche. Piaggio Ape done very well. And we're going all the way down to the Benz Patent Motorwagen. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. If you can like and subscribe and do all of that good stuff, it'd be much, much appreciated. As daft as it is and as crap as it looks, it does take a little bit of time to put together. But next week, we have the PLP 50 and the super uber cool Zack Speed Capri. Whee! Take care, guys. Catch you soon.